All right, shalom. Shalom, first and foremost, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And yeah, I'm going to get right to it. Lord willing, is edifying. Something I was thinking about, the topic hit me a couple days ago. I was watching Elder Yashawamba's video, and a lot of other brothers have made videos on this topic, but it's concerning the spirit of doubt. All right, it's the spirit of doubt, which kind of embodies itself in the phrase of "what if." And he was doing a video. I didn't finish it all. Not yet, but he was doing a video, which I'm pretty sure he's done the video on this exact same topic before, right? Which goes to show you that, so many people always have this doubtful spirit that, it's on his spirit to do the video or to do the same topic again. We oftentimes, we go into the same topics a lot, like apostles say, there's truth like a broken record, because it takes repetition for you to get things. But nonetheless, the point is that you got the spirit of doubt, which is accompanied by the what if spirit. And he was doing a video on something along the lines of, you got a lot of people that they always ask these what if questions, right? What if they hold me down and they put the MOTB in me, right? Which that's the mark, right? The mark of the beast. So, a lot of people ask these questions on the comment board and stuff. What if they hold me down and they put the mark in me? What if they put me to sleep and they try to put the mark in me while I'm asleep? What if, right? They ask all these what if questions. All right, what if, and pretty much, the spirit of doubt, it basically, you just think of a whole bunch of scenarios in which that thing can play out, right? What if, like I said, what if they do all this? What if they tie me up and they forcefully inject the chip inside of me, right? And what would inspire me to do this video is, for one, if you understand the power and the magnitude of the beings that are always with us all the time, which are the holy angels, the holy host of heaven. All right. If you understand how powerful and mighty and how in control the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is, how in control Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is, Salakia, I'm wording it, I'm wrong, but pretty much if you understand how powerful the holy angels are, and if you understand that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is in control of everything in this physical realm by the angels, if you understand those two things, then that'll completely take away the spirit of doubt from you, right? Because now you really start to understand how in control Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is of everything that goes on. So I'm just going to get a couple of scriptures going into different aspects of the holy angels and how powerful and mighty they are, so that you can see that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is always with us and that he is always in control, and that there's no need to have that doubtful what if spirit, because the Lord is in control of everything by way of the angels, all right, which are always here. So I'm going to get a couple scriptures on the angels, and Lord willing, is edifying to combat that doubtful what if spirit. Okay, this is Psalms 68 and 17. It says, the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai, in the holy place. Now, as we know, or if you're just coming into this truth, now you're gonna know, the so-called UFOs are actually the holy angels. All right, the so-called UFOs are the holy angels. This is just one of many scriptures to prove that. All right, but this video is not exactly touching on that aspect of the angels. It's more so just to get this basic knowledge out the way, right? Because the word chariot, a chariot is a vehicle. In the ancient day, they used to ride to war on chariots. It would be like a horse would be in the front, and then it would be tied together to like a little seat, and you would ride that in the war, and that was a literal chariot, right? But a chariot is just synonymous with a vehicle, all right? Something you move around in, all right? It says, I believe that's rakab in the Hebrew, or rakak. Well, I'm sorry. I believe it's rakab, all right? And it says what? A team, chariot, and this is the word for chariot in this verse. Chariot, D, it says riders, troop of riders, horsemen, pair of horsemen riding, right? Because that's, like I said, if you, that's how a chariot used to look in the ancient day. It was a horse, and then it was tied together with like a seat you could sit on. Strong's definition, it says a vehicle, you see? In the Strong's definition, it says a vehicle, by implication, a team, by extension, cavalry, rider. So a chariot represents a vehicle. So when we read here in Psalm 68 and 17, one more time, it says the chariots, or now we can replace this word. It says the vehicles of who? Of the Most High, right? Are 20,000, even thousands of angels. So that lets you know right now that God, who the world ignorantly calls God, his name is Yahweh, all right? And who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai. That lets you know that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, okay, has vehicles of his own. That meaning what? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has godly, otherworldly, spiritual vehicles, man, that who rides in these vehicles? It's the holy angels. That's why I said the chariots of God, the vehicles of God, are 20,000, even thousands of angels. So it lets you know right there that chariots and angels go hand in hand. It said the chariots, or the vehicles of God, are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place, showing you that the chariots have angels in them. Okay, the vehicles of the Most High have angels in them. All right, what are the vehicles of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai? Esau, in an attempt to try to pervert the truth, because they know that the so-called UFOs are actually angels, but Esau calls them UFOs, unidentified objects. All right, a lot of people in this world think that the UFOs are green men from Mars. They also think that they are demons. They actually think that they're demons, evil angels. But no, it's on the contrary, man. The so-called UFOs are the holy angels, all right, right-hand angels. Now, one of the reasons why I got this scripture is because, again, what's this video is about overcoming that doubtful what if spirit. And a part of the way you overcome that is that, of course, you pray to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to take away that what if spirit, because that's a doubtful spirit. And also you have to really understand the reality that you're living in, man. Right? You got to understand that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has angels everywhere all the time. Okay? And this is a part of the reason, is a part of the video, is what? Showing you the magnitude and the power and the force that is always with us, that are the holy angels, man. So we just read that the chariots of God are the angels. All right, the chariots of God, the vehicles that the Lord has, are what? They're the holy angels are inside of them. So now you understand that what? The holy angels are everywhere. There's chariots all the time around you. You just can't see them. Okay, because it said even thousands of angels. So it's saying there's thousands of angels, man. And much more than that, man. Millions everywhere. You just can't see them. So you have this doubtful what if spirit. But imagine if you could always see the angels and the chariots and flames of fire that are always around you. You wouldn't have that doubtful spirit, because you would see and comprehend the magnitude of the force that is always with you, man. All right, the chariots of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, which the world calls UFOs, which are the angels are always with us. All right, they are always with us. And this And again, this is to help you combat that what if spirit. Because if you asking all these what if questions, well, what if they could what if they tie me down and put the chip in you? You got to remember the angels are with you, man. The angels can literally stop that in an instant, and they will. That's why that nobody a part of the elect is going to get the chip in them, man, because the angels are there. They're going to stop that from happening. All right, they have the power to do that. Okay, and they're always here. All right, another quick example is 2 Kings 6, and I'm going to get right to the point. Now, this is when, you can read this whole story. This is when Elisha was getting pursued by the Syrian army. The Syrian king sent some troops after Elisha, and Elisha's servant rose up early in the morning and seen that they were surrounded by the Syrian king's army. Right. But this is what an Elisha's servant got nervous and scared. So basically what we're going to read is Elisha prayed that the Lord would open up his servant's eyes so that he could see the chariots or the holy angels that are with them all the time. So I'm going to get right to the point. 2 Kings 6, and I'm going to start at 15. It says, and when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And that word host means army. All right. As you see, when we go into the word, all right, force, army, strength, might. So it means army. It says hayal in the Hebrew. Now, verse 15 again, it says, behold, and hosts compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Okay, so that was the main point. Elisha prayed because his servant was nervous and scared, and Elisha prayed to the Lord that the Lord might allow him, that he would unlock the sense to allow him to perceive the holy angels that were right there. And then that's what the Lord did. Okay, and it said, and the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. What did he see? He saw the chariots. Okay, he saw the angels. It says what? And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots. Now, as you see at verse 15, and this is so that you understand again, we're not, we don't worship the angels. Okay, we don't worship the angels. We don't glorify them. Who do we give all the praises and the honor is to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right, it's to Yahweh, the Most High, and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. But the angels, but what? When you see the angels, that's the army of the Lord. All right, that's another reason you praise Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Now, as you see in verse 15 and 17, what is similar in these verses, right? So you have in verse 15, you have the physical army of the king of Syria's physical army, right? It says, and when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host, all right, an army compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. So that goes to show you that what? That host was comprised of horses and chariots. And we already went into what a chariot is. It's a vehicle. And that's the same thing with that horse. That's a horse is a vehicle again. So they were surrounded by a physical army that was comprised of horses and chariots. Now let's look at verse 17 and let's look at the spiritual army that was surrounding Elisha and his servant was what? And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of what? Same thing that is said in verse 15. It said it was full of horses and chariots. But here's the key difference, of fire. Okay. So in verse 15, we see that the army of the Syrian king, it had horses and chariots. But in verse 17, we see that the holy angels that were with Elisha, it was what? Full of horses and chariots as well. But it said what? Horses and chariots of fire. And that's the key difference. All right. Because these are spiritual vehicles that the angels are in. All right. These are otherworldly vehicles, man. Technology incomprehensible to man. So that when it says the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire, that's talking about the chariots. All right. The horses and the chariots, they both equate to vehicles. And what are the vehicles? Again, it's the so-called UFOs. OK, the so-called UFOs that you see in random footage on the internet, you may see in your day to day life. What do they always look like? They always look like little balls of fire, because they're really far away. They always look like little balls of fire, little balls of lights. Same thing. Light, fire, same thing. You may see a cluster of them, a group of them, moving and moving, all the same. I've seen like you got 3. They may all move the same, or they may scatter, appear and disappear, but they look like flames of fire. And that's what Elisha, when he prayed to the Lord, that's what his servant seen right here. The mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire, showing you that this is the spiritual army that is always with us, because the king of the Syrian sent his physical army that had horses and chariots. But then there was a spiritual army that had horses and chariots. So it goes to show you that there is always a spiritual army with us. There is always a spiritual host with you. There are always spiritual warriors with you, man. And those are the holy angels, right? So that's why I said the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire. So it's not a literal horse. OK, it's not a literal horse. That's representative. That represents a vehicle, which is the chariots. Those are the vehicles that the angels ride around in, are the chariots. OK, so that horse is a chariot. Christianity will try to make you think it's a literal horse. No, it represents a chariot. OK, and then it goes to say chariots of fire, because that's what the chariots look like. If you could, when you see them, they look like flames of fire. So why did I get this out? Is, again, what are we trying to do? We're trying to build up your spiritual awareness of the reality that you live in. All right. And when you understand the reality that you live in, you understand that everything is always in control. And everything is controlled by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai by way of the angels. And when you understand that, you understand there's nothing to fear. There's no need to have a what if spirit, man. We just read that Elisha prayed and he allowed it, and then the Lord allowed the servant to see the angels, man, showing you that the army of heaven, the spiritual host, the spiritual army of the holy angels are always with us. You just can't see them, man. You just can't see them, because if you always seen them, then there would be no need to have faith. But they're there. You may not always can feel them. You can't always see them. But clearly this account is in the scripture so that we can maintain self-awareness, right? We're building up our self-awareness of the reality that we live in. That is what the angels are always with us. So that right there should immediately cut that doubtful what if spirit. You over there talking about what if. Do you not understand that the angels are literally right next to you? You're asking these stupid questions. What if they tie you down and put the chip in you? Well, just think for a second that they can't do that to the Lord's elect, because the angels are right there. It's as simple as the Lord telling that angel to smite and kill that person that is trying to put that chip in you. Have you ever thought about that? Right? You're asking these what if questions, but the angels are right there, man. The angels are right there. The angels could do anything to that person trying to tie you down and put that chip in you. The angels could blind him. The angels could They can straight up kill him. They can take away his ability to move, his ability to think, right? So this is what you got to think about whenever you have that doubtful spirit. Well, what if, what if, what if? There's always a holy host with you. There's always chariots round about you. And if you are of the elect, then the scriptures let us know none of the elect is going to get that chip in them, because those who get it are going to die. They're marked for death. So the elect is not going to get that in them. And the Lord's not going to let that happen to the elect, because he's not, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, won't let the elect get the mark of the beast in them. And one of the ways he'll make it so that won't happen is because the angels are always with us, man. All right. The angels are always with us. This is Psalms 91:11. It says, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. In the translation, it says in the NLT, for he will order his angels to protect you wherever you go. You see? So again, you have these what if, what if, what if, what if. The angels are always with you. It just said, we just clearly read that he will order his angels to protect you wherever you go. So why are you asking these what if questions? All right. Do you not have faith that the holy angels are there protecting you? And now I'm showing you, we're going through the scriptures to show you how powerful and mighty the holy angels are. All right. And how and how, their power, what they can do. Which, matter of fact, I should actually go back to 2 Kings. All right. Just for that reason. But yeah, I wanted to get this quick precept. Psalms 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. So the angels are always going to protect us. They always are protecting us and will keep protecting us, man. All the way till we get delivered on them chariots and get them new bodies. So there's no need for what if questions. The angels are right there. The angels will protect us, man. So you asking, well, what if they put the chip? What if they tie me down? They can't. The angels are right there. The angels can just straight up kill them, man. It's nothing. One angel, one evil angel or one right-hand angel could kill everything on this planet when you think about it. So how easy is it going to be for them to deliver you from these what if situations? What if doesn't exist, man. So let's actually go back to 2 Kings and let's keep reading. Right. So we read verse 17 where the Lord showed Elisha's servants, the chariots, the angels that are there. Now let's read verse 18. All right, let's keep reading what the angels did through Elisha's prayer. 2 Kings 6 verse 18, it says, and when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord, and he said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. And Elisha said unto them, this is not the way, neither is this the city. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom ye seek. But he led them to Samaria. And we're not, because I got other precepts to get. Like I said, you could just read this chapter. But when you keep reading, the Lord, by way of the holy angels, okay, because who do you think actually smote these people with blindness? Elisha prayed, and the angels did that. That's what you got to understand. The Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, does everything through the angels, man. Okay, the scriptures say, he does nothing but reveals his secrets to the servants, the prophets. Again, he reveals those secrets through the angels. But the point here is that, the Lord is a king. Yahweh is a king. He sits on his throne. He doesn't do nothing in the sense of like, hey, he himself is not the one that snapped his fingers and smote these people with blindness. No, the holy angels did that by way of his command. That's what you got to understand. Christianity will try to tell you, oh, it was the Lord, Yahweh himself. No, it was the angels, So now we're understanding what the angels can really do. Aside from the point that they can just straight up kill people, right? And we know that because, again, there's so many scriptures that come to mind. But you had the death angel that went through Egypt and killed the firstborns of the Egyptians, and he didn't kill the Israelites' firstborns that had the lamb's blood on their doorposts. But that shows you, that was the death angel sent on the Egyptians, killing their firstborn. That shows you how strong the angels are. Again, they can just straight up kill people. All right, take their spirit out their body, boom, done. But right here, we just read, and in verse 18 how the angels made these people blind. All right, again, it says, and when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. So again, now we're really starting to understand what the angels can do. The angels just made these people blind. And it was partially blind, because when you keep reading, Elisha pretty much, he finessed them. He lied to them. These people are heathens, he lied to them, and he led them back to Samaria, where the king of Israel was, and then pretty much fed them food and then let them go. And then that put us on like good terms with the Samaritans, that they didn't try to go to war. The army didn't come up against us again. But the point is, you can keep reading that. But the point is, the angels, made these people blind, man? Partially blind, because it was partially blind because they followed Elisha. They were following him. So they had to see a little bit, but they couldn't see good enough to discern that it was Elisha, because that's who they were looking for. But Elisha finessed them. He Iquab them, and he said, I'm a bring you to the man you want. So they couldn't really discern that it wasn't, that it was Elisha in front of them. So they were partially blind. All right. And then you have the account in Sodom and Gomorrah, again, where the angels did what? They blinded all those Sodomites that wanted to actually violate the holy angels. So now you understand that the holy angels, they can control people's brains, man. They can control your brain, because your brain is in control of all your senses. I had they can control your brain, man. That's how they making these people blind and doing all that shit. Your brain controls all your senses, right? So how you think they did that, man? They controlled them Sodomites in Sodom and Gomorrah. They controlled their brain. All right, the Syrian army that was coming after Elisha, they triggered something in their brain and make them blind. So now you're really starting to see how powerful the angels are, man. They can control people's brains, man. They can control your mind. They can control your thoughts. So now you having these what if questions. What if they try to tie me down and put the mark in me? Well, have you ever thought about the fact that the angels could deliver you from that situation in a magnitude of ways, man? Like, they could literally just make the people blind that are trying to put the needle in you, and then release you from the straps, and now you ran away. This is what you got to be thinking of, man. You're thinking too one-dimensional if you think that it's a hard thing for the Lord to deliver you from these situations. All right? The elect is not going to get that mark in them. They are not going to get that chip in them. Your brain will think of all these doubtful what-if scenarios, but you have the faith to understand that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has sent the holy angels to stay around you and to protect you all the time. So nothing is going to happen unless the Lord wants it to happen. And if something does happen, if you do get captured, if you do get taken to a concentration camp, well, clearly the angels are right there. So the fact that they didn't stop that shows you that the Lord wants you to go through that, because it's a test. It's a test of your faith. If you get taken to jail, scripture speaking, Revelation, some of us will go into prison. Well, clearly the Lord could have commanded the angels to deliver you from that situation and not make you go to prison. But the fact that it's going to happen to some of us, clearly the Lord allowed that to happen, right? He told the angels not to do nothing so that you could go through that situation, and it would be a test of your faith. So the Lord is in control. The Lord has the boundaries set up, man. He's in control of what he wants us to go through and what he doesn't want us to go through. And a part of what we know will not happen to us, are the hopeful elect. We know that the Lord won't, as long as we keep the faith, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai won't let us get that chip in us, man. That's a fact. All right, because the holy angels are right here. They can do anything. They can deliver you from any situation. All right. We get like just 2 more scriptures and end it. This is Psalms 103:20. It says, "Bless the Lord, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments. Hearken unto the voice of his word." Okay. In the NLT, I just like how it words it. It says, "Praise the Lord, you angels, you mighty ones who carry out his plans, listening for each of his commands." All right. So the angels are mighty. The angels are mighty, man. And that makes you think of what? Exodus, I think it's Exodus 15:3. Right. Exodus 15:3. The Lord, and it's all caps talking about Yahweh. It says the Lord is a man of war. All right. Yahweh is his name. But that's another aspect that Christianity doesn't speak on a lot. The Most High Yahweh, all right, and his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, right, like father, like son, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, they are men of war, right? The Most High is a man of war. His only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, is a man of war. All right, and a part of war, you have what? An army. And what is the spiritual army of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? It's the holy angels, okay? And the spirit realm is a higher realm than our realm. It's a greater, it's a higher dimension, It's a greater realm than ours. That's where Yahweh is. Yahweh is in the spirit realm. Yahweh Shai, as we know, on his right hand, sits on his right hand side, is in the spirit realm. The holy angels come and go from the spirit realm. The holy angels are the army of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, that come and go from that realm. So you got to understand the magnitude of the beings that are with us. If you understand that the holy angels are mighty, great, then you understand that we're fine. We're fine all the time. Again, whatever happens to you right now and when all hell breaks loose, it's because the Lord allowed it to happen. And we know that the Lord is in control of how far certain things will go. Okay, again, we know that he won't let us, he won't let that, Esau won't be able to forcefully put that mark in us. How do we know that? Is because the Lord doesn't want it to happen. He will not allow it to happen. And if they do try to forcefully put it in you, then the Lord will command his angels, like we read in Psalms, 91? If they do try to put it in you, the Lord will command his angels to deliver you from that situation. Okay. This is Daniel 12:1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people." This is talking about the archangel Michael, man. A high-ranking right-hand angel. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be written and found written in the book." Okay, again, you're going to have the archangel Michael is the literal angel that is going to have to fight on our behalf to deliver us, man. Do you think these angels are weak? Do you think that any physical, you can't even see the angels if the Lord doesn't want you to see it, if the Lord doesn't want you to see them? Do you know how easy it would be for the angel to just slaughter whoever's in front of you? They won't even see it coming. They won't be able to block. They won't be able to dodge. They won't be able to run away. They won't be able to defend. They won't be able to harm it. You can't harm an angel. You can't see an angel. You can't touch an angel. Do you understand that? Literally, the unseen force, the unseen angels that are with us are incapable of getting injured, feeling pain, dying. They're overpowered. Okay, they're overpowered, man. You can't Esau. They can't do nothing to the angels. So this is why I'm trying to stress the point of how great the angels are. And again, we're not worshiping them, we're not praising them, but the angels are the angels are part of, the mightiness of the Lord, man. So when you see the angels and, different things are going to start happening soon, the angels are going to, deal with us more and reveal and deliver us from different situations. So when these things happen, that's when we're going to what? Continuously praise Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because the angels are the Lord's servant. They're his soldiers, man. So when you see the angels, and I'm going into how mighty the angels are, that's what? That's praising Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? Not worshiping the angels. Even that you're going off if you worship, man, and worship the angels. Even the angels will tell you not to do that. Right? Like it said in Revelation. But look, I'm just going to get one more scripture and close it out. Because again, I wanted to bring, you need to have some type of spiritual self-awareness for the reality that you live in. And when you understand this reality, man, that there's not the Anunnaki, there's not all this bullshit out here. All right. You have the two highest ranking entities in existence. The number one is Yahweh, right? He is. And then you got the second, all right, Yahweh's only begotten son, which is Yahweh Shai, which means he saves or he delivers. And then you have the angels. Okay, you have evil angels, as you know, done videos on that before, how Satan and the demons, they're just left-hand spirits, the left-hand angels. And then you got the right-hand angels, man. The scriptures going to the Michael, Uriel. So you got Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in the spirit realm, and you got the angels, and then that's it. You don't got no other random entities out here. No ghost. Shit don't exist. You just have Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and the angels. And then on this physical realm, we already know what's here. So when you understand these things, it should bring you more spiritual self-awareness to not fret, to not worry, to not think about what if situations. Because the angels of the Lord are always here, and they can always deliver you from any situation, no matter how extreme it may look. It's just a matter of, does Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai want to put you through that test? All right. Does Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai want to test your faith? Does he want to see how far your faith goes? Okay. But we know even then, the Lord won't, none of the hopeful elect will get that chip in them, because the Lord has the angels right here, and he will stop that from happening. So none of the elect, there's no need to ponder on these what if scenarios, man. The angels are right here. The angels can always deliver us from any situation. So the what if doesn't exist when you understand how great and powerful the Lord is, and how great and powerful his servants, his army, the holy angels are, that are always with us. So I'm going to end it right there, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakodah, Shalom.